let's create our employees list sidebar first. So this is going to be the sidebar where we're going to build. And here, what we can do is we can call this as div.list group, and then we'll add a shadow. So I'm going to call this as shadow SM, and I'm going to make everything a bit smaller here. I'm going to give a space called MB3, and inside this you can use a div.list group item, and I want this one to be active, and here I'm going to call this as employees data. Let's save that. Let's see how that looks. If I get to the browser and if I click on employees, you can see that we have employees data here. So basically we need two more items like add employee and view employees. Let's create that. Let's get back to our code. And here what we're going to do is we're going to create a anchor tag. We're going to give a hashtag here. For now, I'm going to give a class. I'm going to call this as list group item. And then again, we will say list group item action, because we want this to be hoverable. And basically what I want is if I click on this button, I need a pop-up window which is going to show the list of items which I want to add inside a employee. So it will be a form detail in a model. So let's add that model details over here. Okay, so I'm going to call this as, actually I'm going to break this in a separate line so that you can live in a much clarity. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to say data BS toggle, and which is a model, and then we'll say data BS target, and here we're going to specify the ID of that model, which simply is add employee. Let's save that, and here I'm going to add in a text. The text is add employee. Let's save that. Let's see how that looks. If I get to here, you can see we have add employee and we have that hover effect. If I click on this right now, nothing's going to happen because we don't have a model yet, but we're going to add that later. The next thing what I need is view employees. Let's get back over here. I'm going to create another anchor tag, and for this it's going to be employees list. As anchor tag, I'm going to give a class called list group item. Then we have list group item action, and then we'll call this as view employees. Let's save that. Let's get to the browser. You can see we have add employee and view employee. Now right below this we need another link, that is the jobs link. So we want a related link, that is where we'll be able to directly link and go to the jobs list. Let's get back to our code. And what we're going to do is right after this list group, I'm just going to copy this, then paste it over here. Okay, and here we're going to call this as related links. Okay, and we'll get rid of this model linking. And here what we'll do is we'll just give it as hash for now because we don't have the jobs details yet, and we'll call this as jobs list. And if the user clicks on this, he should be able to go to the jobs list. So if I get back here, you can see that we have add employee, view employees, and related links, we have jobs list.